What's up, everybody? Welcome back to day -9. Yesterday, if you didn't watch, I talked about the last day that Chrissy and I had been together as a couple, and so I'm going to continue on a little bit more and talk about the last thing that really finally really drove the wedge between us. And I mean, it's not even some kind of like mental or any issue or anything. It was a physical issue. And anyway, so by then we had definitely been done as a couple, like I said yesterday, but we were still trying to salvage the friendship that we had been through. And because we really, I know for me especially, Chrissy was one of the closest friends that I've ever made since high school, and I didn't want to lose that. So I did whatever I had to do I wanted to do whatever I had to save that. And as it just so happened, a couple of days after we broken up, ironically, was the 1-year anniversary of the first time that we had met each other. And I know you're probably thinking that's kind of silly to remember. Well, not to remember, but to celebrate that. To remember, sure, but I'm sure, I think some people do this, and I know that we weren't together, but I think we were just trying to see if there was anything left, really, if there was anything that we could fix by just hanging out again like we used to before we started dating. And I can't fault Chrissy for setting this up, for asking me to come over to her house, to her apartment, and to just hang around like we used to. And when we did, to be honest, like I've said this for the past couple of videos, how by then, by mid-ish February, almost the end of February, we had been fighting a lot. Some of it being petty arguments, some of it being like legit, like really huge arguments. And to be honest, that day, coming in, it was just actually really cordial. It was just a day that we spent just reminiscing, really, just talking about what had happened over the years. And it actually was really good, first, because it did definitely at least ease the tension that was there. I was clearly there between me and Chrissy by then. And it, at least in my mind, made me think that maybe this could work, that while we broke up, while we weren't a couple anymore, I still could have my best friend, that I could have someone to talk to, at least about some stuff, even if it wasn't anything. And that kind of cheered me up a little bit after all that negative stuff that just happened over the past few vlogs. And I think it really did. Maybe it was just a pipe dream, in hindsight, that this was really a pretty happy, generally happy day, because we were just so excited to talk about what we did, what we used to. We were really holding on to what we used to have, that magic that we used to have about just being able to be at ease, being able to tell each other anything. And it definitely made me realize that no matter what happened in the future, and honestly, even to today, I still feel this way, that no matter what happened between me and Chrissy in the past, that it was never going to change my opinion on the relationship in general. That even if in my mind back then, even if it wasn't going to work out, even if we weren't at our best anymore, that I didn't regret for a second the fact that I met her. I didn't regret anything. I wouldn't change a thing. I would never change anything that happened between Chrissy and I. But I guess things just really weren't meant to be, because as the day turned into night, I had noticed that even when we were laughing and chatting about whatever we were that day, about stuff that happened that I talked about, or even stuff that I didn't, I had noticed that there was something on Chrissy's mind. But for the sake of not getting into another argument, I just let it pass. And unfortunately, that came back to haunt me, because by nighttime, Chrissy finally was like, "We need to talk. I need to tell you something." And when she told me that, I was worried. I was like, "Oh God, what did I do now?" I mean, I was trying to figure out. It's like, we need to talk is something usually really bad. It's either bad or it's like, I don't even know. And she, I really should have known that this was coming. But then again, I guess I didn't really, I don't know. She told me that, she had thought about what Robert had said and found out that her parents shared the opinion. But, she put it perfectly blunt, that she wanted to hang out with me one last time because she wanted to move back to Georgia. It sucked when I heard that. But I knew that there wasn't anything I could do. We weren't together at the time. We were just friends. I wanted her to stay, definitely, but when I asked her why, if I just, I asked her if it was about Robert, if she still liked him, and when she finally told me that it wasn't him, it was me, that it was one of the... I have tried to save Chrissy's image throughout these vlogs, and I said that yesterday, and I've said that time and time again, but the most hurtful words that she's ever said to me, and there's, it's something that I can't really tiptoe over, was what she just said to me. And it was, when she was trying to explain why she wanted to go back to Georgia, she said that she wanted to go back because she couldn't stand the fact of, she couldn't stand being around me anymore, that she couldn't, that it hurt her every time she saw me, that, you know, that she really took a lot of this to heart, like I did, but you know, that she wanted to move back to Georgia so that she didn't have to see me anymore, so that she could be at ease, so that she didn't have to, so that she didn't have to cry anymore. You know, I've said over the vlogs that it took every ounce of strength for me to not do something usually. You know, to not get into a fight with Robert, to not, you know, other stuff. It definitely took every ounce of strength this time, especially to not just up and walk away, to not just do what I did last time we fought about Robert. Because, you know, honestly, by then I had grown almost immune to it, in the sense of all the secrecy, all the stuff that, you know, had come out recently. It didn't faze me anymore. It didn't bother me, really. At least not at first. You know, it sucked. I told her that, you know, I told her exactly what I said earlier, you know, that sucked, that I was sorry to hear that, but, you know, I knew that there wasn't anything I could do, especially since we had broken up, and that, you know, and that was it, that there was no saving this anymore, that we were definitely sinking, not even just this, obviously we were done as a couple, but as friends we were already pretty much out. It hurt what she said to me, and I held it in as long as I could, but you know, it got to me definitely. I thought I was done with all that stuff, and for her to just tell me that she was going, that she was leaving, really sucked. That's all I'll probably get to today. You know, like I said before, there's only 9 days left. You know, if you've been watching this the entire time, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Even if you've been watching only a couple of videos, even if you just started today for whatever reason, I mean, I still definitely thank you. It really does mean a lot to me for you to watch this. But, yeah, until next time, see ya.